Here are some tips that you can use to help keep your desktop organized and personalize your taskbar. Let's start with the desktop. The first thing that I recommend is that you group your icons based on like type or based on ones that you frequently use together. For example, I have two images of schedules that I often use at the same time. Another recommendation that I have is to use file folders. If you right-click, select New and Folder, you can create a new folder for groups of items. For example, I can create a folder for each class that I have. One for first period, one for second period, and so on. Then I can click and drag the items for each class into that folder. When you double click the folder, it opens up so you can see those icons. Now let's take a look at the taskbar. On the taskbar are images of popular apps that I use frequently. This helps me so that way I don't have to search for the app on the desktop or search for it in the start menu. If you want to add something to the taskbar, search for it. Let's say I want to use Chrome. So I'll search for Chrome. And then there's an option that says Pin to Taskbar. When you select Pin to Taskbar, an icon will now show up on the taskbar, so that way you don't have to search for it ever again. You can even click and drag it to a different place on the taskbar to even further customize it. These are the apps that I recommend that you pin to your taskbar because they're the most useful for high school students. The first one that I recommend is the Sticky Note app, which allows you to create lists and notes for yourself. The next one is called File Explorer, which allows you to find files on your computer, especially if you have a flash drive plugged in. It can be a fast way to get to those files. The next one is called Notepad, which is a simple version of Word. The next one is called the Snip and Sketch tool, which allows you to screen grab parts of your screen. The next one is called the Snipping tool, which is an older version that also allows you to screen grab. The next one is called the Calculator. This is really good for math and science class. You can even change the calculator from standard to scientific, so that way you have more tools. The next one is called Paint, which is good for editing images really quickly. The next four are from Microsoft Office and are good for projects. There's Publisher, PowerPoint, Excel, and then the one we're probably the most familiar with, Microsoft Word. The last one here is Chrome, which we pinned earlier. And those are the ones that I recommend that you pin on your school laptop. That's all for today. Make sure to like and subscribe.